Welcome to the video, the introductory video to angles. Why do we need to know about degrees and angles? Simple. It's stepping stones towards learning about trigonometry. And as you can see here, we can use our understanding of vocabulary. Our prefix tri means three, triangle, three-sided shapes, trigonometry, dealing with three-sided shapes. But before we get to that higher level maths concept, we learn about angles and their degrees. So let's start. Before we do, however, why not pause the video now and give the pretest a go? You will only be looking at obtuse, right angle, acute, and straight. So based on that, use those bank of words and see if you can answer the questions. Be aware that the answers follow straight after, so try and pause the video as soon as possible. How did you go? Don't worry if you didn't get all of them, or maybe there's one particular angle you had a bit of trouble with. We are going to go through them now, and afterwards we're going to do a post-test to see how much you've picked up on. So if you didn't manage to get a lot of the angles, don't worry about it. You've still got time. Here we go. Let's start with a right angle. Now, these clever mathematicians have maths conventions. As we have conventions with writing, you know, full stops, question marks, all the language elements that we need to use, maths also has the same thing. In this instance, you can see the little box in the corner of that angle. That signifies or shows that that is a right angle. So when you see a diagram with an angle like this at 90 degrees, you will see that the little box there is placed in that corner to indicate that it is 90 degrees. So sometimes you won't have 90 degrees written down there, you'll simply have this convention written on to show you that that's what it means. Now I'm going to try and link as much as possible to real life sort of situations. Now this next clip you can see shows of a man bending his arm at the elbow. Now when you do this, you actually create a 90-degree angle. Now if you're doing weights or particular sports, sometimes the coach will ask you to place your body part in a 90-degree angle. In this instance, that's what this man has done. So you can clearly see there, that is a 90-degree angle. If you do that now, I'll show you a mnemonic to help you to remember the difference between an acute angle and an obtuse angle. Are you ready? Now, an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So with that arm being bent, a great little memory device to help you remember an acute angle. When you see a little kid walking along and they pick their nose, they actually create an acute angle. Any angle that is less than 90 degrees, more than 0, is an acute angle. So again, any angle more than 0 or less than 90 degrees, once it hits 90 it becomes a right angle. That is an acute angle. So a little child picking their nose is cute, as opposed to this old person picking their nose, which is not so cute. This is going to be the memory device, the mnemonic I use, the picture, to show you and remind you about an acute angle. So remember the 90-degree angle, those clever mathematicians and their conventions to show you the 90 degrees. We're now going to look at an obtuse angle. So remember, from 90 degrees, if you go up to pick your nose, making it a smaller angle, you've created an acute angle. If you go back to the 90 degrees again, any angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180, because once it hits 180 it's a straight line, remember, and we'll show you that in a second. These are obtuse angles. Anything more than 90 degrees and less than 180 is an obtuse angle. And I've shown you some real life examples there. The spider web and the sign with the arrow on the sign is an obtuse angle. And as we know, as soon as you hit 180, that is a straight angle. And if any of you are into skateboarding or BMXing, you know that when you do 180 degrees, you're flipping it and you're going from front to back like a straight line. And if you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, cowabunga dudes. Yeah. From the straight line or straight angle, when we are looking, and this next clip, as you can see, I've used the same image with the spider as I did with the obtuse. Now that internal angle there is the obtuse angle. However, this spider has created a web that gives us two angles. The obtuse, the internal angle there, and then the reflex, any angle more than 180 degrees and less than 360. Once it hits 360, it becomes a full rotation. So the reflex goes around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. The reflex goes around the outside. You know me and my mnemonics. So this is not only an obtuse angle with the internal angle for the spider web, but the outside is a reflex. Any angle more than 180 and less than 360 is a reflex angle. Now the last one is the full rotation, I called it, but you can also call it, now AKA means also known as, it can be known as a full turn, a revolution, a complete turn, a full circle, and if you're into the cowabunga dudes turtles, 360 degree. So if you're a skateboarder, then you will know that a 360 degree is a full rotation or a complete turn. Did we mention clockwise and anti-clockwise? We didn't, did we? Now, going clockwise around this is the way that the hands of the clock go. So our full rotation here, we've gone full rotation round in a clockwise direction. Understanding clockwise and anti-clockwise also assists you when it comes to degrees, rotations, angles. Okay, now give the post test a go. Let's just quickly revise them again. We have the 90 degree or right angle, the picking the nose cute angle, remember acute. Then we have obtuse, more than 90 degrees. Straight angle is 180. The reflex, and then the full rotation. So now, see if you can do this post test. How many can you get correct? Pause the video now and give it a go. How did you go? Okay, hope you enjoyed this little clip, short and sweet. Next we'll be looking at naming triangles according to their sides. That's the next step in our learning. Please subscribe. Thank you.